with us, right? And I'd like to welcome everyone who's joining us online. Thank you so much for connecting with us tonight, and we hope that you have a wonderful and meaningful service. We are going to start by singing, yes, Minnow?
I thought you just said.
Okay, we're not going to do that. Anya's going to go light candles.
Oh my God.
Nope.
You keep changing your mind. Very frustrating.
Barry last week started with Yismahu, which was kind of cool. We haven't sung that one in a while.
Do you want to start with these?
We'll pull it out another time, though, because Anya is going to start with the Shabbat candle blessing, which is on page 121. The English, I think. 121. That right with me. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have the English up here. I didn't bring my book.
Turn it over.
Turn it over. Oh! As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled the light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle the light. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu
lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Oh, that didn't light. Oh, that's so weird.
Yeah.
Mom stuck it. That work? There we go.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yay.
All right. All right. Join with me on page 126. We are going to read together in English. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics, and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upwards in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created, and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us, and to bring that vision to life.
We are going to go to page 138 for Lahadodi. We will do the 1st, 5th, and 9th verses.
And we're going to do maybe a little older tune that we haven't done in a little while, where we do a little bit longer, where it's Lahadodi, Lahadodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela, Lahadodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zahor b'gibor echad, Hishmianu el hamyuhad, Adonai echad, Ushemo echad, L'shim timfit l'tehila, Lehadodi, Lehadodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela, Lehadodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Verse 4. Hitorari, kiva orekumi uri, shidaberi, kavod adulo Adonai likla, Lehadodi, Lehado dili grad kala, Pene Shabbat ne Kabbalat, Lehado dili grad kala, Pene Shabbat ne Kabbalat. Bohi veshalom ataher bala, Gam besim hal oz toala, to emune asegula, bohi hala, leha dodi ligrad kala, Pane Shabbat ne Kabbalat, Lehado dili grad kala, Pane Shabbat ne Kabbalat. Thank you so much for doing an older version of the song with me, trying new things. It's always fun. We are going to turn to the Reader's Kaddish on page 144. And please join us. Shemei Rabbah, Ma Divrahute Vaimlik Mahute, Behayeho Nu Yomeho, Hukayed Kol Beit Israel, Bagala, Uvisman Karif, Vimeru, Amen. Yehe Shmei Rama Mavorak, Leolam Yomeo Maya, Yitpara, Vishtaba, Vitramari Ramanase, Vithadar, Vitalel, Shemei Dekudasha, Rehu, Leila min kol verhata v'shirata, tushbehata v'nehemata, dami rompeoma, vimeru, amen. All right. Yep. As I said, 146, if you will rise for the Barhu. I'm going to get the tune wrong. What? Baruch et Adonai Hamev Baruch Naham Barak Leolam Fad. Okay, English, please. Praise Adonai, to whom praise is due forever. Praise be Adonai, to whom praise is due now and forever. Let's read the English on page 150 together. 151, Wisdom and Wonder. Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us, and the more we devote ourselves to it, more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works, the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Hohe Amo Israel.
Please join us for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Mahuto, Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kavod Mahuto, Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. All right. Okay. Are we? We're going to.
You're allowed to be seated for the V'ahavta now. Thank you so much.
Hafta et Adonai Elohecha, b'chol avtaha, b'chol me'acha, u'be'leil ne'odecha, v'hayu hadavarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzvaha, hayom alalavecha, v'shinatam l'daneha, v'dibarta bam, b'shtikaha v'teha, uflataha v'derek, ufshataha ukumeha, ushatam alot alodeha, v'hayu v'totafu mineneha, uftatam al mezuzot beteha, uvishareha, laman tiskeru, v'yitem et kol mitzvotai, v'yitem kedoshim Elohehem, ani Adonai Elohehem, asher otzehem me'eretz Mitzrayim, le'ohei Elohim, ani Adonai Elohehem, Adonai Elohehem emet. Thank you for joining us in the V'ahavta. We are going to go to Mihamoka, which is on page 158. I don't know, pick one. Mihamoka ba'elim Adonai, Mihamoka nedar bar kodesh, Nora tehilot, O sefele, Nora tehilot, O sefele, Mahutaha, Rauvaneha, Bokeayam, Lifnei Moshe Miriam, Zeli, Anuviamru, Adonai Imlok, Leolam Vaed, Venemar, Ki Adonai et Yaakov, Ugala Miad Hazek Mimenu, Baruch Atah Adonai Gal Israel. Right. On page 160, we'll do Hashkivenu. I'm going to do the version that has the English words along with it. I know it's not directly what's in the book. Hopefully I remember that. You guys might help me with that. Okay. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom, leshalom, lehamidenu mamrenu lehaim. Ufrosolenu sukat shlomeha, ufrosolenu sukat shlomeha. Amen. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
Vishamru. Hopefully we have some little kids that will help us with that.
I think we lost our little kids to do Veshamru, but that's okay.
Oh, wait. We're going to wait a minute. No.
They all know them, maybe. What? Okay, so how many of you grew up in Sunday school learning Vishamru? Yes? Okay. Anya is one of our Sunday school teachers, along with Jeannie in the congregation in person today. We were hoping we could get some of our kids to join us, so I guess we'll just have to sing loud. Maybe they'll join us anyway.
Very hilarious. I asked them. They were just like, no, we're good. Very cute. Very kid-like.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is one of my favorites.
All right. Well, we'll do it together. All right. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat laso et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat laso et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Yuvein b'nei Yisrael ohi le'olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat laso et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Kiddush Yashamin, Asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et haaretz veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat laso et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Uvayon hashvi, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat laso et ha-Shabbat le'dorotam berit olam. Thank you. All right, now we're going to rise together for the tefillah on page 164. We are going to turn around. Okay, good. Ananananana Adonai, Ananananana Satatifta, Ananananana Ufiyagid Tahilateha. Ananananana Adonai, Ananananana Satatita, Ananananana Ufiyagid Tahilateha. Continuing on page 166. Baruch Adonai.
That's the wrong one. That's wrong.
Eloheinu melech.
That's also wrong.
All right.
That's not either.
All right. You guys got to help me on this. Yes. Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rahel, Ve'elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor V'hanara, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim, Benokeh Hakol, Vezoheras Dea Vofimo, Gulei B'nei B'neihem, L'man Shemo V'hava, Melech Ozer Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Vesrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Lekahil Roshia, Morid Hatal, Mehayel Haim Vehesed, Mehayel Hakol Verakamin Ramin, So Mek Noflim Velheholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekaye Emunato, Lishene Afar, Mihamo Hapa Givuro, Umido Melak, Melek Memi, Umekaye, Umatzmia Yeshua, Nanata Hayon Hakol, Baruch Ata Adonai, Mekaye Hakol. Kadosh, HaKadosh, Ukodashim Belakoyom Halu Hasela, Baruch Ata Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. So, please continue in your prayer book silently or in the readings on the pages, or pray silently to yourselves. And we will come back together on page 180 with Oseh Shalom. When you get done, you can sit down. Ready? Oseh Shalom Bimrimav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yakol Yisrael, Vimru, Imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'yakol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'yakol Yisrael. Thank you.
That has always been one of my favorite prayers, just because I got to clap. So, just for the record, that's why I'm up here doing a happy dance. A lot of you know that, but felt like sharing.
Right. We are going to do the Misha Barak on page 371. Anya will be walking around with a microphone for us to gather names as we get to that point in the prayer. Those of us who are joining online, please feel free to include names written into the chat so that Denise can read them for us and add their names to the blessings that we do here in the synagogue today.
All right.
Okay. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, bless and heal all of those who we name.
This is the part where you stand if you have a name. All right, I'm going to start over here.
Captain Sankoff, Friedman, Felice Friedman.
Joanne Vittner, David Vittner, Tully Vittner.
Tracy Snow, Jim Thorne, Leah Ariola.
Ruth and Douglas Pomerantz, Jonathan Pomerantz, Rachel Pomerantz.
Cassandra Jayram and Margaret Watson.
Morris and Felice Friedman, Katie Adler, Lyndon Steve Ely, Jerry and Linda Jacobson, Luana Bachler, Wilda Fink, Barbara Freed, Barry Rothschild, Jean Blankenship, Joanne Vintner, Kenny Woodruff.
Linda Ehrensaft, Joe Wagner, Sherry Silver, Barbara Frank, Lois Sorkin, Ivana Thomas, Louise Lyon, Smani Ehrensaft.
Shannon Pointer.
Daniel Brito, Barbara Whitlock, Jackie Freeman, Don Freeman, Terry Hurst, Daniel Maman.
And I'll also add Leo and Juanita Clausen, Polly Contos. Okay, you can turn that off. Okay. May the blessed Holy One be filled with compassion for their health to be restored and their strength to be revived. May God swiftly send them a complete renewal of body and spirit, and let us all say, Amen. Mi sheberak havotenu mekor abreha lamotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberak imotenu mekor abreha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
I'd like to add a couple of names. Patty Beeman, Heather Murray, Barbara Freed, Barry Nicholsberg, J.J. Roth.
At this time, my wonderful mother has prepared a beautiful devar, so if you want to close your books for a few minutes and listen to this wonderful story, feel free. I'm going to sit down myself and not be on my cell phone.
In true teenage fashion. I can't say teenager anymore. She's older than that now, but all right, well, thank you all for coming and joining us tonight, whether that's in person or online. This week's Torah portion is Hukat, which is a great one. When I was asked to lead services, you know, the first thing you do is you look up the portion and you're like, is it going to be one that I can talk about? But this one has tons of great stories. How many of you know lots of things going on as the children of Israel are wandering through the desert? This Torah portion has the red heifer, right? We've heard that. This is where Miriam dies. This is where Moses hits the rock. This is where Aaron dies, and we pass the priestly vestments onto his son Eleazar. This is where the children of Israel are attacked by venomous snakes, and we have the Moses creates the copper serpent on top of the rod, and if people look at it, they're healed, which is that medical symbol of the serpent on the rod, right? And we have a battle at the end where we're conquering the land of the Amorite kings. A lot going on in this couple chapters of Numbers. So how do you pick just one story to pick from to talk about, right? There's a lot going on. So I'm going to talk about something a little sideways, but I hope you enjoy it. figure it's fitting in the heat of summer that we're going to talk about water. And pardon the pun, but in Judaism, there's a deluge of references to water throughout the Torah. And there's plenty of them in this passage as well. So the story starts with the story of the red heifer, where we're reminded that water is a way, it acts as a purifying agent. So in the red heifer, God instructs Moses and Aaron about the ritual laws where they have to sacrifice the blemish-free red heifer, who is sacrificed. Their ashes are then mixed with water in a vessel, and then it can be used to purify a person who has come in contact with a corpse. When you that was considered, you were contaminated and you were considered to be unclean for 7 days. But if you were able to be cleansed by the priests, you didn't have to be separated from your family for those full 7 days. So water purifies. Water can also be a punishment. And so I'm wondering, can any of you think of any time in the Torah where water was a punishment? The flood, right? Right? We great flood covering all of the earth. We wiped out people. Okay? Anything else? What? Yeah. Closing of the Red Sea? Yeah, right. When crossing of the Red Sea, where we, in essence, drowned the Egyptians on our Exodus. But that was certainly a punishment to the Egyptians following behind us. Great example. Okay, those are my two examples, so you got both of them. And water can also be sustenance, right? It's a means of your survival. Right now, the Israelites are walking through the desert. One of the things that they have with them is Miriam's well. Y'all know about that, right? If they were wandering through the desert, certainly having no water would have been fatal. So God looked at Miriam, and because of her integrity and purity and caring that she bestowed on her fellow children of Israel, God provided the well, a moving well of living water that followed them wherever they wandered, and it continued to run until the moment of her death. They call this living water. They mention it many times throughout the Torah. This living water is said that when they drank it, it would heal the Israelites. So if they had injuries, just drinking the water was enough not only to sustain them, but to heal them as well. So it's not surprising in this passage when Miriam dies that the children of Israel start complaining about being thirsty, right? They really haven't had to deal with thirst a whole lot previously. So in this Torah portion, water is also a metaphor for a teaching tool and showing the power and omniscient, that's not the right word, I don't have it written down, but of God. God tells Moses to speak to the rock, to command it to give forth water. And Moses and Aaron gather the entire congregation of Israel together, and they say, what do you want us to do? And he hits the rock rather than speaking to it. And of course, this is where God says that because of that, you do not get to go into the promised land. Now, we all try to make sense of this infamous Moses hitting the rock story. It had nothing to do with his speech impediment, so I'm not going to say there's nothing with that, because I think there's 100 different reasons and rationales. We all try to make sense of this because it seems unfair that Moses doesn't get to go, or Aaron. Moses was the one that hit the rock. Aaron was just standing beside him, right? But neither one gets to go to the promised land. But one of the things, I'm going to make an analogy, is that sometimes people are as hard as a rock. And they can be obstinate and not wanting to listen, not following directions, and they lead their lives not in a moral and ethical way. In essence, they're not following the Torah, right? And in the past, when we were still in Egypt, the Jews were slaves, the only method you had to make someone follow the right path was to strike them, right? And harshly, usually. That's what you did when you were slaves. But we've moved on in time. We have received the Torah at Sinai. And at this point, we've moved beyond striking to get people to change behavior, but we should do it through talking, studying the Torah, and being able to have sincere conversations, showing warmth, and introducing the Torah and God's promises through our words. So maybe, as every parent knows, we like to say, use your words. And in essence, use your words is a way of one of the tenets of Judaism that are seen in this passage of Hukat. And I'm going to do one more tie-in with water, back to the red heifer I mentioned at the beginning. You know, it's about the priests making people clean. But the steps that you take to slaughter the calf makes the person who's doing the preparation themselves defiled. And it's always a question that I had. It's like, why didn't these people say, look, why am I defiling myself for you, right? When you were the one who touched the corpse and didn't have a garment between you, and why am I being defiled just because of something that you did? And to me, the story of the red heifer isn't about how that's blemished and all that other stuff, but to me, I think that's the using the water to cleanse signifies the fact that as Jews, we help one another, right? So if I touched the corpse and I defiled myself, you're still going to help me by purifying me, even though it makes you unclean as well. And to me, that's another way that, one of the ways that water helps in this story, because the priests can use the living water to cleanse themselves as well afterwards. But to me, it's us helping each other, which is really our congregation here at Temple Beth David. Thank you for coming out tonight and assisting me and helping me. And we're all going to help each other. So that's how we do at Temple Beth David. We are a family. So thank you very much.
Well done, Mom. Please join me on page 586 for the Aleinu.
Are you going to go up there and open the door?
I will go up there and open the door, happily. I'm going to carry my book with me, though, because I don't think
Do you want me to go up there with you?
Because I don't have to stand up there, right? I can walk back and forth.
No, you have to close it afterwards.
Let me get over there.
Sorry.
Oh, yes, thank you for standing. Please stand for the Aleinu. Yep.
When we get up there and open the ark, technically,
We don't open the curtain?
we open the curtain.
Yeah. All right.
586. If I didn't say it's 586. Leinu let Shabbat ladon hakol latet gedula liotze breshit shelo ase kalhenu kahem vegora leinu ma shelo san kalhenu kahem vegora leinu kho hamonan vanaknu korim umishtahavim umodim lifnei melech malhei hamlahim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. She'unote shamayim ve'yoser haaretz. Osham maro b'shamayim mimo. Ushlina tuzo, bekero me'omim. U Eloheinu einod, emet mokeinu efazulato, kakatu betorato, vayadatayom, varifoshta holaholevoha elaveha, ki Adonai u Elohim, bashamayim mimo, ve'aharetz mitar einon. Nemar v'haya Adonai lamelech ha'kol ha'aretz bayom hahu yel Adonai echad u'shamo echad. You can join me in the English on page 591 at the bottom. Thus it is said, Adonai will be sovereign over all the earth. On that day, Adonai will be one, and God's name will be one. Okay. So at this point, we are going to do the Mourner's Kaddish. So those of you who are online, please type any names into the chat for anyone who is experiencing a loss, if you're in the first 7 days or the first 30 days of mourning. No. Okay. These are the yard sites for the month of July. Yada Harris, George Levitt, Dorothy Kaplan, Jerome Kaplan, Marissa Nicholsberg, Harriet Greenhut, Louis Sachs, Beatrice Cherkis, Jerry Cherkis, Helene Glickman, Rose Hoffman, Jean Monteleone, Bess Fine, Gary Bernstein, Martha Young, Solomon Horowitz, Francis Rodriguez, Don Freitas, Jean Greenbaum, George Kirchhoff, Bob Eagle. That's all. No. Were there any names to add from online? Okay. Is there anyone in the congregation here celebrating a yard site? Okay. All right. Together on page 598. Thank you. Shemeh Rabba Diam Ivrahute Viamlik Mahute Behaye Ho Yom Yomeho Hukaye de Kobe Israel Bagala Uvizman Karib Vimeru Amen Yehesh Me Rama Mavora Leol Yom Meomaya Yipara Vishtata Vitaba Vit Raman Vit Nase Vit Hase Vit Hadar Vitale Vitala Shemed Kudasha Rehu Leila min kol virhata vishirata tushbehata v'nehemata dami ram me'oma vimeru amen yehesh me rama mavora leom leomil me'omaya yitpara. That's that's not, we weren't doing the mourner's cottage.
I was reading the exact words.
That's okay.
Mourner's cottage.
That's fine. Oh, sorry. The Shalom Bimru Mav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. That's not right. It's okay. That's okay. All right, well, thank you for that. You can be seated, that's true. We have some announcements.
We have announcements?
Yes, we do. So this Sunday at 1 o'clock, there is a Sisterhood Book Club. Is that here at the temple? Okay, great. We also have our Board of Trustees meeting this Sunday as well at 3 p.m. Right. The High Holiday Choir, if you are interested, please contact Barry Nicholsburg. Practices are going to be starting on Sunday, July 28th, meeting most Sundays between then and when high holidays are in October, late this year. We also have a back-to-school picnic that is on our website. It is August the 3rd, so we look forward to celebrating people coming back from summer and getting ready for school. We are asking for people to sign online to let us get a head count. And that information is also on the website. Correct? Does anyone have any other announcements they'd like to share? Jeannie, would you give her a microphone?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
I'm coming, Jeannie.
So at 3 o'clock on Sunday, we're going to have a Hebrew review, and we're going to play Hebrew bingo with prizes. So I encourage all the young people to come and join, and we're going to have a good time.
Anyone else? Oh, great.
Fantasy football is coming up. It's our oldest fundraiser, and it's a lot of fun. It'll make you throw your phone against the wall.
Yes, we do take our fantasy football very seriously. We have a lot of fun.
July 18th, on Thursday at noon, there's a disability inclusion training. So y'all come.
All right, to add to Barry's announcement, he said, talk to Barry or Janet if you want to join the fantasy football thing. So Barry Abbas, Janet Abbas, email them.
And thank you, Denise, for the reminder about the disability talk that we're having this week on the 18th. All right.
Please join us on page 603 for Yevarechecha.
Our priestly blessing. Let's see. All right. 1 and 3, right? All right. Yevarechecha Adonai v'misharecha. Ya'er Adonai panav einecha v'humecha. Yiseh Adonai paneinecha ve'yisem lecha shalom. Levarecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God's light shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you. May you feel God's presence within you always, and may you find peace. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
For our closing hymn, we will be on 626 for Ein Keloheinu, but also Shabbat shalom. Just for the record, I wanted to get that in there before y'all ran away.
All right. Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kamalkeinu, Ein Kamoshienu, Mi Hamoheinu, Mi Kadonenu, Mi Kamalkeinu, Ein Kamoshienu, No Deladonenu, no del Adonenu, no del Malkeinu, no del Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Good night, everyone.